eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Jive. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
To do sign language now.
I know. I'll put up some hearts.
Oh man. Fix it.
All right.
All right. How about now? Yeah, oh, dude.
Yeah, we good. We
You
good.
good?
Check, check.
All right. So
Y'all
let's,
hear us now?
y'all hear us
Can you hear
now?
me now?
so all right now. So Dion is in the chat room.
Oh,
all right,
Dion,
so
can you
Dion,
hear us
you can
now?
hear us now. So we're about to do a shot now, Dion. So get in line. All right. So here we go. All right, so everybody has their drink
Yo,
poured.
shout out to
Raise your
JT.
glasses. Shout out to the
everybody
Eagles.
here. Shout out to all the Eagles.
Talk
all the
Die
Eagles
Hard.
We're going to get to them. We're going to get to them. Don't jump the gun. All right, here we go. Here we go. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. All right. So we are joined not only by those, Nichelle's guests, but we also are joined by our faithful JT is in the house. So you won't see JT in the chat room, I don't think, right? You're not going to. Oh, he's in the chat room. So you may see him in the chat room, but JT is here in person. And we'll show him probably a little later on. So we think JT travels just like the Eagle Bird Gang. He travels well. He comes to Eagles Talk functions, and we really appreciate that. Him and the family. His son is here. We might have to put his son in the fourth quarter because we're going to have a lot of garbage time.
Grandson, right?
Yeah. Oh, grandson. Okay.
Okay.
His grandson
Okay,
in the fourth quarter because he's a big dude. He can play offensive line, in garbage time. So we make sure we have him ready. All right. So without further ado, though, let's get the inactives, Pat.
Yes, for our Philadelphia Eagles. Well, let me do the Panthers. I want to do the Eagles first. For the Panthers, defense end, Javon Clowney. I'm not going to say his name right. I don't care. Wide receiver, Jalen Coker. Safety, Jamie Robinson. Cornerback, Shamir Bartholomew. Cornerback, Akad Evans. Cornerback, Seth Farley. And offensive lineman, Jared Kingston. For our Philadelphia Eagles, safety, Reed Blankenship. Safety, Sidney Brown. Wide receiver, Britton Covey. He's out. I didn't know he was going to be out today. Offensive lineman, Nick Gates. Offensive lineman, Darian Kennard. Offensive lineman, Travis Keegan. And third-string quarterback, Tanner McKee, which we all know the rules for the third-string quarterback. You could be inactive, but you will be active if all two quarterbacks go down. And that is your inactives for this game, us versus the Carolina stinking Panthers.
All right, before I jump into analyzing what's going to happen today, let me just welcome our fourth co-host, and that are you people that are online and in the chat room. And the first person in the chat room is the first person that showed up for the show, JT. JT's the first one in the chat room, and he's also live here. The second person in the chat room is Adrian Ranking. She says first in the chat. Oh, Adrian, you're just a little. All right, but that's all right. Jack's in the chat room too. Jackie is not a woman. I just had to make that note. That's a man. That's Jack. All right. So I have to call you Jack just to keep it straight. Brian, it says go Birds. Richard Layton is in the house. He says, what's up, Eagles fam? So thank you guys for joining and watch this pregame with us as we talk about what our Philadelphia Eagles need to do to continue this win streak. So what is it, Nichelle, that our Philadelphia Eagles need to do?
I think it's playing our game since I haven't been here. Miss you guys. It's definitely playing our game. Another thing we need to note is all this chatter about who's carrying who on this team. Our team is locked in. They have to eat week in, week out. They got to play against half the Eagles fans who don't believe. Mm-hmm. They got to play against the refs, and they got to play against the other team. Every week. Yeah. Every week. Our defense is chipping. Our secondary is playing with a chip on their shoulder. Our quarterback, he's beyond a game manager. He is a difference maker. So all that Saquon is carrying him. No, there is no Jalen. And without each other, we're not going to get those running yards. We're not going to be the threat to the opposing defense. So I think we're really coming into our own. I like the way we're peaking. I like the way we're making adjustments, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Vic Fangio has those guys chipping, as I said. Mm-hmm. And I think if we stick to our game plan, that we will come out victorious. And I expect us to start putting points on the board sooner. I think we're starting to break that cycle of having slow starts, but there's still more we can do. But I like where we're trending at, and I'm excited to see us make this run because I want us to win out. Yeah, we're in a neck and neck right now to get that number 1 seed, and right now Detroit has that upper hand because they keep winning these close games. Yeah. Nobody can help us out. The Green Bay couldn't help us out. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on?
So Carolina, I mean not Carolina, but the Chicago Bears should have won against the Detroit Lions. But I digress. What we need to do we need to start fast. What we haven't done this year is start fast and keep pounding each and every corner.
Absolutely.
Keep being aggressive. And two, you pound them into submission, and you are putting your backups in the fourth quarter. Our offensive line has been dominant. I told y'all I haven't mentioned the line of scrimmage for a reason, because the philosophy of how we run the ball is, we beat you up, we jab you, we're not going to knock you out like a Mike Tyson, right? We're going to take you that full 10 to 12 championship rounds, and by the time you get to round 9, you're exhausted, you're tired, and that's what this offensive line is doing. When you have over 1,500 pounds of human man pushing you back for 4 quarters, you're going to be bound tired. You're going to be tired. And they're doing an outstanding job as far as the offensive line. I think all 5 guys should go. How about 5 guys? All 5 guys should be all pros and pro bowlers. As far as our defense is concerned, continue to doing what you need to do. Continue to find a philosophy that you have, the winning philosophy that we have had in the past, and understanding and playing smart football, tackling, being aggressive. And, don't let this team that we're about to face today sneak up on us. Don't let them sneak up on us.
That's right.
Well, as I said in our show on Thursday, after witnessing what our Philadelphia Eagles did to the Baltimore Ravens, we're the bullies. Mm-hmm. We're bullies now. We're playing bully ball. If you look at our defense, and they're the number 1 defense in the league for a reason. Mm-hmm. They're dominating. They're shutting down opposing offenses. Last week, we faced the number 1 offense in the league, and they did not score 20 points. And albeit for a late touchdown, we held them to 12 points.
Yeah.
12 points. So we're the bullies. We're the bullies in the house. And even on the offensive side of the ball, what team are we? I mean, we're identifying as, our pronouns is running. Our pronouns are running the ball.
Listen,
run the ball.
We're
powerful.
We're a powerful
And that's
team.
a power running team. So
That's
we're
right.
bullying on both
That's
sides of
right.
the ball, and it's all coming together. Now, I have an interesting take on the Jalen Hurts chatter that's going around. What is wrong? Now, don't get me wrong. Jalen in 2022, he carried this team on offense. It was the Jalen show. He had to be the hero. He was that man. And he still is that man. But what's wrong with being a game manager?
He's not a game manager.
No. Listen me out. Hear me out, because I've compared him to myself. You know what I mean? I compared, and here's the comparison, right? When this show started out, I was like Jalen in 22. I carried the show. You know what I mean? I carried the show. I had players. Don't get me wrong. I had Shell and I had Pat. I had all-stars beside me, but it was the dark night. I had to do a little bit more. But then, the concept of the show and the construct of the show changed. Now I have Nichelle, Pat's more improved. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm a game manager, and I'm okay with that. As long as the team is winning, I can take the back, I can play the black and be a game manager at times. Now, when called upon, like on Thursday, when neither one of you showed up, I step back into the hero role because I still have that type of talent to do that. Jalen's the same way. In 22, he carried the team. He had to do that. It was RPO. He took us all the way to the Super Bowl, and albeit we came up a little short, now he has some help. He has Saquon, and the receivers are still dynamic. And so now he doesn't have to carry the team as much. But when called upon, and you see it at certain times in the game, when called upon, he puts the team on his back, and he picks up the first down with his leg, and he makes the timely throw, and he makes the precise decisions and no turnovers in the last 6-8 games or whatever, right? So he's still there, but sometimes, he can defer and be a game manager. So I'm not saying that his only title is game manager, but it's not a bad thing to fall into that role at certain points of the game. So that's my take on it. But today, I think that if we continue to play, like Nichelle said, to Nichelle's point, if we continue to play the style of football that we have been playing the past 8 weeks, then this should be an easy game. Now, I didn't want to say the word in the opening of the show, and I'm still not going to say it, but it is a game that we have to be wary of. It's a game that we have to stay focused and handle the business of winning and going 1-0 just this week.
I'm going to say it. All right? I'm not going to be scared to say it because you know what? More improved. You get this done.
Flag.
Dion, you got a flag.
No, listen. We already played our trap game. I'm gonna say we already played our trap game, and we came out of that game, with more questions than answers when we played the Jacksonville Jaguars, because that was the classic game after we played the Cincinnati Bengals to get to the Dallas Cowboys. Right, that game was set up for us to be overlooking the Jacksonville Jaguars and not worrying about the actual Jaguars and worrying about the
Facts.
Dallas Cowboys. Right.
Facts.
Trap game. This game right here, it's not a trap game.
No.
This game right here is a domination game. This game right here is a time where you look at this team and like all the pundits in the media was saying how they're rooting for this team, how they're the best team in football. They go out there and going to show it. They're going to show today that they are the best football team in
That's right.
the nation, right? So I was watching college
I know
football.
you watch a little too much college. He's like in the nation.
You see Skip Bayless? Skip Bayless has been on the Eagles train for about 3 weeks talking about we're the best in national football. Nobody stopped. He's more a fan of us than our own fans are.
Get your
It's
butt down there in
crazy.
Dallas.
I was like, we don't need your don't jinx to Skip.
We don't need
Don't
that
jinx to
juicy
Skip.
butt.
But we are playing top ball, as
Yes,
you
we are.
said. We are one of the top teams in the league. We have one of the top quarterbacks in the league. We have one of the top receivers in the league. We have one of the top defenses in the league. All across the board, you're going to find that we are in that top echelon, and it's time that we buckle down, ride it out, and show them who we are.
All right. Well, let's end this quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right. You're watching and listening to Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show that's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Here live at Miller's Ale House. We're back out amongst the public. We have the women's football. No. What is it? Say it again.
Black women love football.
Black women
Philadelphia
love-
Eagles.
Black Women Love Football, Philadelphia Eagles group joining us here along with the faithful JT family. And we're going to salute our Philadelphia Eagles with a beverage. I am doing the non-alcoholic mocktail here, bourbon.
He really got non-alcoholic bourbon.
Yeah.
I am done.
I know, I am too.
I am done.
Pat is doing the Woodford Reserve, the Shell to the Woodford Reserve. And you guys let me know in the chat room what you're doing out there and how you're preparing for this game today. So let's raise our glasses to our Philadelphia Eagles and let's take it down the hatch. 3, 2, 1. Pat, we only got like 13 minutes, so we got to do the
A 5-minute second
5
quarter.
minutes. Okay.
5 minutes.
All right. All right. So I think that the Philadelphia Eagles, we have Saquon Barkley, leading rusher in the league. Great game last week, 107 yards on a team that had not allowed a rusher over 70 yards on the ground, and he got 107 yards. He is leading the next leading rusher by almost 100 yards, and that is Derrick Henry, who hasn't taken a bye yet. So that's really big that he's leading him, having played one less game. So we go into this game, we know what our strengths are, and that is Saquon Barkley and this offensive line. Somebody asked me the other day, I know you guys feel good about your team, but how do you feel if you guys are in a shootout? Do you think you guys will do well because your offense doesn't get off to fast starts? It doesn't seem explosive, although it seems not explosive. When you compare it to a team such as the Detroit Lions or whatever, maybe it doesn't look as explosive. But I answer that by saying that I honestly just don't think that we'll get into a shootout because I don't think our defense will relinquish 30 or more points.
Period.
Yeah, period. So I don't
Period.
think that we'll ever face a situation where it'll actually be a shootout because that means they're scoring, you're scoring, they're scoring. We haven't allowed teams to just score like that.
No, and you look at the Detroit and Green Bay game. Our games are not going to play out that way. Jared Goff is going to get paws laid on him.
Yes.
Pause.
You feel me?
She said
paws.
Oh,
Going to get paws laid on him. So it's not going to be any team that faces us has to, before they even think about Saquon, Devontae Smith, A. Brown, and our QB number one, who is him, Jalen Hurts, they got to think about our defense. They got to think about that line. They got to think about them young boys secondary, Q, Blankenship, Cooper John. That's who they have to think about, and that's about to be the problem for a lot of people in this league. Let's give it up for the defense, Pat.
Yeah,
Let's give it up for the
Give
defense.
it up. Applause for the defense. As I said in the Thursday show, this defense is more representative of the Eagles fan base, right?
Yeah.
Like we had a nice season, 22 to the Super Bowl, led the league in sacks, had the third most sacks in league history with a number 3 defense, but it didn't pass the eye test for us, right?
It wasn't close.
It wasn't. But this defense this year, the physicality, the way they're shutting teams down, is more reminiscent to the Jim Johnson defenses,
That's right.
the Buddy Ryan,
Ryan.
the Bud Carson defenses of the 90s, and that is why I have the utmost confidence going to every game just based on the way our defense is playing. I just don't see teams cleaning up a lot of points against us, and it hasn't happened yet. I haven't been proven wrong yet. They're all on the same page. They all have bought into Vic Fangio's system. Not only that, but we have the architect of the Vic Fangio system, Vic Fangio. How about that? We've been trying to play his defense the past 3 to 4 years by plucking defensive coordinators that follow his philosophy. Well, now we have the architect of that defense, and now we really see how it's supposed to be deployed and how it can be played when you have the architect.
Yeah, definitely. When you have the architect running the defensive scheme that you've been trying to play for the past 5 to 10 years, even Schwartz has a aside from Vic Fangio, right?
Yeah.
We got the actual architect that is not giving away his secrets, but giving away some of his things. It makes it much easier when your team starts to buy in. That's what the team is. From every single player, they're starting to buy into the philosophy of the defense and understand not just go to empty space. What you doing in empty space? Nothing. Read. When you go to empty space, right? What you covering? You're covering the grass, right? You got to find a person, find an individual, and get it done and make those plays. And that's what the Eagles defense has been doing. They've been finding individuals in these different zones. They've been finding individuals and making solid tackles, not the prettiest tackles, but solid tackles to get the defender down, because that's all that matters.
Yep. Looks like we're losing some of our connection and our voices are choppy
Our voices are choppy.
out on Facebook. It must be the internet.
Must be the internet connection, guys. I'm so sorry.
It might be the barbecue food that John T. Batista put up there.
Yeah, John T.
Like, he's supposed to be cooking for all of us.
I
We
know.
see you. We see
All right,
you.
let me read that. His pregame meal is 4 cheese mac and cheese, stewed cabbage,
Yes.
rice, and barbecue pork chops with some
Yes.
homemade southern, probably a little bit too sweet, iced tea. That sounds marvelous.
I know that's
it's
right.
making
If I
me
don't
can't
taste
wait.
diabetes in that sweet tea, it's not sweet tea.
Yeah. You know, it's worth a couple toes. Worth a couple toes sometimes to
Are you
get some
serious?
sweet tea.
Are you serious? What am I
Yo, our defense is playing at a high level. They are maulers, and they are something to be contended with. And I think they do the job again today. I don't have about that, right? What I look more forward to is how the offense is going to perform. Like, because once we start putting points on the board in the first quarter, that's when we're going to see the true dominance of this team, right? We have been put points on the board in most of the first quarters for most of the season. And because of that, and even with that happening, we still have dominant wins and blowouts. So imagine if we show up, if the offense joins the party a lot earlier than they have been. Imagine if that happens,
Right.
what's going to be,
Right.
how the outcome of the game is going to be. It's incredible.
Right now, we got 5 minutes. Let's end this quarter. Get excited real quick, and our predictions right after that. Let's do that.
Let's throw them birds up, y'all.
Yeah.
Throw them birds up.
All right. So you're watching and listening to Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around, and by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Y'all know what I'm
Please
doing.
enjoy
Mocktail.
responsibly.
Yeah, she does the disclaimer. I say drink your asses off. All right, but anyway.
While
all right, here we
he
go.
drinks a mocktail.
While I drink a mocktail. All right.
Instigator.
So here we go. We're going to take this down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
Eagles Talk, the number one.
Let's go. Let's get ready for this game, baby.
Hey. Turn it up. Can you turn it up? Let's go.
All right, we only got a couple minutes before the game starts, so we're going to go around and get our predictions. Pat?
Listen, like I said, I'm not mentioning a line of scrimmage. This team need to dominate. Dominate running the ball, dominate making tackles, dominate knocking Nate block loose, all right? Keep on this. This is the philosophy down there in Carolina. We will keep them here in Philadelphia. You know, once we keep that and we keep them from trying to get the ball deep to the receivers and Xavier Leggett and Adam Thielen, we should just run easily. Easily. With us, with way more points than them.
All right, Michelle, or should you go last?
Well, I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'll let the star go last. Amen.
All right. So, yeah, I think that, well, first of all, how many yards is it that Saquon needs to break the Eagles?
605.
6,000?
No,
605.
no, to break the Eagles, he can break it today.
I forget right now.
Yeah.
I think it's like
We'll look that up.
70,000,
Yeah.
70 yards or so.
Yeah.
Listen, he's breaking it
Yeah,
today.
he's going to break the
Yes.
Eagles' all-time regular season rushing record. I
That's
think
right.
Saquon is going to do that today. And if he does, that means that we are having a lot of success on the ground. And that is our path to victory, is having a lot of success on the ground. I don't think we break tradition or our mode of operation that we've been, performing prior to this game here. We continue doing that. We dominate on the ground, and the defense continues to dominate. And it's a 13-point spread. I think that we meet that spread. We beat that spread. So it's going to be us. We're going to have a dominating game with way more points than
He made 108 yards.
108. Okay, look at that.
The mark was 1607, and he got 1,500 yards right now.
Yeah,
All right.
$14.99.
All right, he'll get it.
1,500.
No, we
He'll
got
get
it. We got it.
All right, Michelle.
I think our key to success is defense, all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes on that defense. We got our all gas, no brakes, and I think it's going to be a wonderful little homecoming for Devontae Smith.
Yes.
That'll open up our passing game.
Yes, we do.
It's sad we don't have Dallas, but, we have Dotson, we have Calcaterra.
Yes.
Devontae is back. I think we're going to see some more in the passing game, and I think we're definitely going to be up by 2 touchdowns to win this game. And at the very least, 10 points, we're going to win this game. So,
All right, there you have it. One person I forgot to shout out. Tarif. I have to shout out Reef.
What's up, man?
You guys are listening.
You doing more
Tarif
shots?
is usually in the chat room.
Hey,
but Tarif is here
Tarif.
in person. I want to give him a shout out.
that you've been throwing up.
Yes. Thank you, Tarif, for showing up.
hey.
Well, you guys.
Cheers to black women love football, my Philadelphia
cheers.
Eagles. ladies in the
Cheers
house.
to the ladies.
And cheers to all the Eagles fans in the
That's
building.
right.
Yes,
That's right.
here, Belladale House.
Cheers to the Eagles fans in the house tonight.
All right, for you guys that are watching online, we will see you after the game, and we'll all party together afterwards. I'm your man, Dark Knight, for my co-hosts, Nichelle and Pat. Go enjoy the game. We'll see you guys later. We're out. Peace.
Fire.